Hey everybody, Hardtekticon is back, and I am bringing you some more third-party monstrous flying goodness in the form of Unique Toys Hagen, aka Cutthroat! So here we have Hagen, O-05 Hagen, the last member of the Ordin Combiner team, which makes a really good updated version of G1 Abominus. Now this is the one that I was least excited to get. You know, we just had plenty of pterodactyls and pterodon type creatures, so this isn't particularly new. You know, like two-headed dragons and molemen and walking land sharks, that's different, but this isn't so different. So he's my least favorite, not for lack of trying or anything, just he's nothing really special. Though he still has a good monstrous look to him. The fact that he's green, I think, helps a lot. And he's got an opening mouth and a really wiggly head. Actually, his head is very bird looking, so I guess he's like more of a monster bird than like a pterodon. Killer parakeet. Monstrous macaw. But yeah, enough with the bird jokes. He's a pretty good, solid, nice figure. He shares a lot of parts with Rippersnapper, who was Alberic, and so the transformation's going to be, you know, pretty much the same for the most part. I'm going to say, but very similar either way. But let's take a look at him. He's kind of a plain beige. I'm real sorry about the glare. I really can't fix it right now. I'm no filming expert, so you're just gonna have to live with it. He has red painted eyes. He's got some like kind of muted, not quite silver. It's not shiny enough to be silver right there, but like a shiny gray. Let's see. As you can see, his body is primarily green with purple accents and some more of that dull silver shiny gray. His wings are really articulated and have that color beige painted over the purple plastic, which makes it look darker and not as I mean, as you can see, it's not glaring anywhere as bad as his head. You can also plug the wings in right here. They're just on 5mm pegs. Oh goodness, let's not break our expensive third-party bots now. On the back, we also have some more green and purple and grayish silver, and like even some nice details like right here, which I think is nice. Purple vents, silver vents. There's some, no, just more silver. Some black right here. I mean, altogether, it's a good color combination. It's lots of colors without being all rainbowy, and that's good for a monster bot, a monster bird. Yeah. He's got some really silvery talons, I guess you'd say, claws, and the back one too. Very nice. And his tail, excuse me, I'm not sure what it is about his tail, but his tail just seems off. I guess he's just got that fat butt and thick fat tail that comes out all skinny. So yeah. I sometimes have trouble standing Rippersnapper, and I have the same trouble with these since the legs are so similar. They're new molds, but the engineering is exactly the same. So for articulation, like I said, his mouth can open about that far, which is, I mean, not big enough to get your fist in there or anything. I don't know why you're trying to fist a bird's beak. His head is on a ball joint, so it can just go all kinds of crazy ways. I'm kind of mistransforming him here. Go. This part of the neck can move up and down only due to transformation, so you get this split in his neck. His wings, let's take a look at his wings real quick, because like I said, they are very articulated. They plug into the 5mm peg hole, so they can go or rotate 360 degrees. Just in doing so, you might unpeg them. Now beyond that, there's a little notched up and down rotation right here, and I like the fact that this notch helps keep these wings in place. They also right here go up and down that much. Then there's a double hinge right here, so you can move them up and down. This little claw thing is on a swivel joints or mushroom peg, so we can go around and around. And then it goes back right here at that little rivet thing, not rivet, what do you call those? Pin. It goes in and out. So altogether, you got a lot of crazy wing motion. I mean, that's some broken wingage right there. Yeah. But yeah, you can imagine you get all kinds of poses. And just so you can see what it looks like, let's pop his wings on his back for a different aesthetic. And if you're hearing a little bit of weird noise, that's rain. It's raining kind of hard right now. A good time for me to do a review. So that's what he looks like with his wings on his back. And being honest, I kind of like that better, I think. I think I do. But it is up to taste and preference. So if you're willing to shell out this guy was about $100, so if you're willing to shell out $100 for a single figure, you can do what you want with it, really. Keep this. Whoop! I'm untransforming him now. Okay, so. Oh, and he's got this little piece right here that moves. Okay, there we go. So, let's pull out some comparison bots. First of all, let's get them kind of posed over here. There we go. Not a great pose, but either way, here he is with his G1 incarnation. It's like a little baby version of him. A little stubbly with a short beak. And here is the only other version of him I have. Again, I've got several versions of this mold, but they're all Cutthroat, or I think they call this one Wind Razor. So yeah, there's Hagen with Wind Razor. This is from the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters line. Ooh. Don't sit on the job. We are working here now. Goodness. Like I said, his legs are really fiddly. Just like Ripper Snappers. There we go. Just trying to get some comparisons done, man. Help me out. And I did do a little bit of custom weathering effects on here, just in case you're wanting to see it. Oh yeah, kind of cool. Interesting. Alright. And here is his arm brother. From air to sea. Ripper Snapper, otherwise known as Albrick. And so I'm sure you can see the similarities between the build. Now for some more flying type guys. Here we have AoE Strafe, the Dinobots Unleashed version. Oh, wing scraping, I mean. There we go. Now this is a deluxe class figure, and this is more along the lines of a Voyager class figure, so there's going to be some difference. Let's see if we can get a different angle or something here. Do a different look. There you go. And then, for one last comparison, another evil flying Hasbro movie bot. Laserbeak. Movie Laserbeak. How's that? So yeah, that's how it looks compared to movie Laserbeak with this chicken turkey head. Alright. So at this point, I think we should go ahead and start getting them transformed. So, the best thing to do, unless you just don't like parts forming, is go ahead and pull the wings off and put them aside, get them out of the way. That way they're not in your way. So, I guess we'll do arm mode first. So what you want to do is go ahead and get this tail unplugged, and it's on that little thing that I really feel nervous about, but you know what? Nothing's happened with Ripper Snapper, Albert, and nobody's complained about this piece breaking on either figure that I've ever heard of, so I guess it's safe, but still, be careful. You know, just be a little careful. So we're going to go ahead and lift this up. We're going to grab this leg right here, pull it until you unplug this piece right here. There's a peg right there. You're going to plug it in here. What you got to do is on a ball joint, so you just pull it up, rotate it 180, and plug it in up there. Now, of course, you got to adjust it right and do your best to get the little leg out of the way. Oh, so that's the problem. This wasn't fully extended. Not fully. So now, let's see if we can. Oh, is it? What's the problem here? Let me see here. Ah, I see. Okay. There's a little peg notchy thing right here, and right here is a notch for that to go over it. So there's a good guide. There we go. I should have remembered that first, and that would have been a lot less hassle. Ow, and I just pinched myself. And sharp freaking third-party toys. Okay. So now we can kind of accordion this green piece. Sorry, that's the only thing I can call it. And I believe, there we go. Let's see. And that's where the head's hiding, by the way. Just got to get that down. It's on, you know, kind of like one of those octagon or hexagon type pegs, so it's got the, what do you call it? The section pieces. Oh goodness. And let's trying to remember how exactly this goes. Right, okay, wait. I think it goes just like this. Nope, it doesn't go like that. It goes like nope. There we go. Alright. I think, actually, okay, first of all, let's go ahead and bring down the combiner port, which is not easy. Get that out of the way. And I believe I am mistaken. I think it's supposed to stay on here. Get back in there, robot head. think you're supposed to even rotate it. Or no. Put it back like this. And this one, yeah, you just kind of fit it wherever you can. So there you go. From here, you just gotta try and fold these things up the best you can just to get them out of the way, because there's nothing to peg into. It'd be cool if there was like a little peg right here to peg it right into there, but there's not. So just try and get things out of the way. You can fold this toe into the foot. Be a little bit less, kibble. Like to do that. Clean it up a little. I mean, really, it's just the best you can. That's one thing I do not like about these beast formers, is like they got these legs and stuff all flopping all over the place, and even third party paying hundreds of dollars for stuff, they can't do anything about it. They can't find a way to get everything to peg in and be nice and tight and clean. So next step, pull that, and give me 1 second. I forgot the hand, so let me go grab the hand. Be right back. Got it? Give me a hand. So here's his hand. Let me try some here. Let's see, well, this is going to be a right arm. That's what Hagen is a right arm. That kind of gets in the way. That's why I put it up there to begin with. But it's kind of personal preference. Wait, no, okay, that's it. Whoops. Don't know left from right, do you, dummy? See, okay, so there he is as a right hand. So I guess as long as it's like that, it doesn't get in the way. But if you find it getting in the way, you could always just kind of put it up here. Especially if you plan on having the wings over here, then the wings are going to cover it. But for Abominus, you can actually take Hagen's wings and put them on the back of them and kind of spread them out like I showed you with all the major articulation. Alright, there it is. Okay. To give Abominus his own set of wings. So he's kind of like Predaking, how he takes Talon's wings. Talon? That's the, I think that's the 30-party name. Dive Bomb. Yeah. So there you go, and just so you know, in case this is what you want to do. Wrong side. Go and plug the wings in. Just kind of fold them up out of the way. So that's gonna look bad. So yeah, we'll give it a try right there. And then we split the legs, or this piece, which turns into the legs, and you find the little notches on either side, right there, and put the hand in between them. Let's do it like this. There we go. Then you just kind of bring everything back together like you were just plugging it in like normal, and bam, there is a arm mode. That's what he looks like with his arm. And like I said, real busy, not super great, but not awful. Okay, so there is arm mode. No point in doing any comparisons for that. Okay, so recollapse that. Go ahead and drop this hand back out. You can leave that split if you would like. Go ahead and take the wings off again, unless you just want to leave them on there and go through the extra challenge. But let's see. We'll go ahead and take care of the legs. All you got to do is grab this part and lift it up right here at the kneecap. Just grab it and lift it up, what kind of looks like a kneecap. And it's kind of similar to the Combiner Wars leg transformation. You just kind of unfold it back down and then collapse it. And then from here, right there is the foot, which is also where you plug the back of the tail in. So just grab that and flip it out. And there is his heel spur, this yellow piece, which you just flip out from the back of the leg. So we'll do that with both sides since we're doing it. There's also a little piece to push down, but this figure actually isn't hard. So, same thing, pull up the kneecap, combiner wars it, and snap. And look how close we are to being done. With his arms, just kind of straighten them back out, turn them around until you see this weird green and purple design. Kind of keep his fist back there. Make sure you did plug in that, fold in that toe. And then grab the piece with the design, lift it up, and just kind of do your best at getting this hand out. Ugh. Now, as always, it is 5mm, so you can take any Transformers weapon with the post, plug it in there, and then pull it out if you have trouble with yours. So, rotate it, straighten it out, lift up this piece, have an epic battle with the fist pulling it out. Okay. Go ahead and put the combiner port back in, and then see right there, there's a peg right above my thumbnail, and right here is a peg on the bottom of the beak of Hagen. And what you're going to do is you're going to, let's see if we can get, okay, yeah, just kind of pull his head down and bring it completely down, bring this down onto its back, and then use that peg hole to plug into that peg. And let's see, then from there you just put your tail piece however you want. There's nowhere to really plug it in, and fold his little back tail head feathers down, otherwise you won't see his face, and bam, Hagen, who's got a really nice head sculpt, I have to say. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. That is a nice head sculpt. Now, I've been complaining that the Ordin face sculpts, for the most part, weren't really monstrous or evil looking, but that one looks a lot bestial, a lot eviler. So yeah, I'm a lot happier with this head sculpt. So I will have to say this is like maybe the best head sculpt they came out with for the Ordin team. And that thing just gets in the way so much. And oh, how dare I, wings. So from here, again, you can plug them here or right there. For this, we're going to plug them on the side. Well, carefully plug them in on the side. Move his hands. Okay, and you can just kind of fold them up how you want, or maybe even like this. Nope, that ain't going to work like that. Big stupid. Or you can just do them like that. I'm going to do them like that for the moment. Actually, I did not play with this figure much on, like, you know, different things you can do, because as soon as I got him with Siegfried. I went ahead and built a bomber. I played with Siegfried a little bit. I transformed him one time and then transformed into arm mode, and you know, put him up on the shelf as Abominus. Took pictures with him as Abominus. And here's his hand. The only thing you can really do with this hand in robot mode is just kind of, it's got a good tight grip, so you can just kind of do that like a shield or some crap. But it doesn't stay on very good. Now for articulation, he has his head is on a ball joint. See, there's a ball joint right there. He has in and out movement at the shoulder and 360-degree movement at the shoulder, which is hindered by the wings. He has a dual ratchet elbow joint, and he only has a little bit of up and down movement for the wrist. He does have 360-degree waist articulation, slightly hindered by the wings and the tail. He has in and out and back and forth at the thigh, and here at the hips, I guess, and here at the thigh you have a 360 rotational joint and a back and forth joint for the elbow. And then for the feet, you've got a little toe back and forth joint, same thing with the heel spur, and like really wide ankle tilt, so you can get some really crazy poses going on, really crazy, like monstrous. So I think I can angle them like that. It would be kind of like a cape type thing going on, and capes are cool, huh? Get his rear spurs going, and yeah, there he is. I already showed you the face sculpt. It's really nice. I think just a little bit of color somewhere on the head crest would have looked cool, but other than that, it looks really nice. It's really the same color scheme, but by transforming, you know, different parts go into different areas, so now it kind of has a new look to it. But it's still the same foresty type of green with this dark Halloween-y type of purple, the muted silver grayish color. His face is the same type of silver as his claws from yeah, right here. Okay. And really, if you wanted, you could pull his little back talon out for a little extra claw weapon, because he does not come with any weapons at all. Now, of course, dang, this thing sucks. There we go. I didn't have the little mechanism pushed in all the way, so it was getting in the way. And I will have to say, though he is definitely not too loose, especially going by like typical Hasbro standards and some third-party standards, he is looser than any of the other Ordin team. Yeah, let's get hand and thing mode. There we go. Kind of like attack thing mode. And he's wanting to fall back for some reason. Normally he's not. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Undid his beak. Normally he's not back heavy, but today he's being a little back heavy. So there we go. Get him in that stance. Put his feather down, which still gets a little bit of the way and gets in the way of his face. So, real quick, let's do some comparisons. Alright, first up, we got his little G1 self, who's a little bit back heavy, just kind of like his big brother. So we're going to cheat right here. So, there he is with his G1 counterpart, Cutthroat. Hagen and Cutthroat. There you go. Next up is the next version of Cutthroat, Beast Hunter's Cutthroat. There we go. Didn't have his head pushed down all the way. And you know, I know this is just a little Hasbro legend, but I have to say this is a pretty nice one. I mean, for one thing, well, for one thing, he doesn't fly very well, but they had a nice solution for his tail. So that's how he looks with Hasbro version of him, tiny. Here is his fully armed brother. No, I don't mean he has weapons on him, I mean he's an arm. Let's get him in a kind of similar stance. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Now they look battle ready. Just eat some Autobots. And we have another winged guy. Strafe from Transformers AOE. This is the Dinobots Unleashed version, in case you didn't hear me at the beginning. Much tinier, almost hard to see with that background, huh? There we go. Here's another third-party Terrorcon style Transformer. Planet X's Kalis. And Hagen is getting super jealous that all these guys have their wings out and he doesn't. So let's make it a little bit more fair. And let's do the back heavy boogers. Come on. There we go. Good third-party toys don't topple over. So there he is with Kalis, aka Fall of Cybertron Swoop. I would have liked to have shown you with whatever they're calling Toy World's Swoop, because he would have been closer to Voyager size, but that won't happen yet. All I got is Rimshell and Iron Dread. And finally, for a recent release, Combiner Wars Optimus Prime that is almost a full head taller. Look at that. It kind of looks like small big for the camera before I chop you in half. Yeah. With awesome Repro label sticker set. Yeah. And that is it for comparisons. And really, that's all I got to say about this guy. He's a really cool guy. Like I said, wasn't as excited about him as I was with Troll and Ripper Snapper and so forth. But still, great figure. Even if you, for some reason, did not want to transform all these guys into Gestalt mode, combined mode, he's still a good standalone figure. I did not mention his head does not like to stay together. See that crack? So that kind of sucks, but I mean, not everything can be perfect, not even me. So, next up, we're going to be taking a look at the full Gestalt of Ordin, aka Abominus. And I'm going to do like a good beast mode and then robot mode team shot. That way you can see what everybody looks like together. And also show off some of the cool combined features of the accessories and weapons. It'll probably be a kind of a long video, but it should be fun. So until then, I will see y'all next time.